Hey people, if you are a two-wheel nutcase like us, this is the podcast for you. Here we discuss everything and anything to do with two wheels. We review, preview, discuss, tell stories, well, converse about pretty much anything to do with two wheels. We discuss the topics that affect the industry, the progress that it's made, the negative and the positive things happening in the industry. Well, we discuss the past, the present, and the future. Join us as we discover the largest two-wheel industry in the world. We thank you for listening. Let's begin. Hi guys. Welcome to this episode of our podcast. In this episode, we discuss the Silverstone race that happened recently, the highlights of the race, the major incidents that happened during the race, and some good news at the end of the race. Welcome everyone to our studio. Now in this episode, we will discuss the race that happened during the Silverstone weekend recently. This year, the race was really exciting and packed full of incidences. Let's just tell you about some highlights first, and then we'll discuss those highlights in detail. The major talking point of the race was Alex Rins winning the race on the final laps in the last corner from the current world champion Marc Marquez. It was a scintillating battle between the two, which eventually Alex Rins managed to win. Finally, Maverick Vinales was able to secure a podium finish for Yamaha MotoGP factory team. Another talking point was the horrible crash of Andre Dovizioso during the first turn of the race. So let us just discuss all these points in detail, and we will do a complete review of the race. So let's start with congratulating Alex Rins, who won the race after a phenomenal battle with the current champ and the in-form Marc Marquez. Alex Rins has shown a tremendous potential as a rider on his Suzuki X-Star team bike. Now we love Alex Rins, as we have already said in our last podcast. He is one of the riders to watch out for in the upcoming years. Alex Rins has shown tremendous potential in every race he has ridden. With the Suzuki X-Star team, he has already achieved so much this year. We know the rider has potential and he has a tremendous future in MotoGP. Now, Alex Rins is one of the most consistent newcomers that we have seen in a long time. His consistent race pace, his qualifying pace has shown that he can compete with any rider in any track. We hope that he fulfills his promise and becomes a fantastic racer in the years to come. We really wish him luck, and we hope he shows this kind of fighting spirit throughout his racing career. Let's talk about another rider who has been in tremendous form this year, Marc Marquez. Yes, we are talking about the champ. He has been on top of his game recently. I mean, what could I say that I have not said about him? Now, this guy is there on the podium in every race that he competes in. Now, he is a true competitor. If you see his face during the race, he was not happy coming second in the race. He wanted to win that race. As you know, recently he has been the favorite for all the races that he's competed in. He has a phenomenal bike which competes in every round with the Ducatis and the Yamahas. He has taken a huge lead over his competitor who crashed in the first turn. Now Marc Marquez started the race very well. He climbed to the top immediately and he was the favorite to win the race. But this race showed something that we have not seen recently, where Alex Rins was able to compete with him, was able to fight with him till the end for the top podium spot. Now, Marc Marquez, going into the last turn, thought that Alex Rins will not be able to catch him or steal the victory from him. But as it happened, Alex Rins, a competitor that he is, showed that anything can happen. You have to wait till the last corner, till you cover the last inch of the track. Now, Marc Marquez has taken a fantastic lead over his rivals. He is the clear favorite to win the championship, though mathematically Andre Dovizioso can catch him, but it is next to impossible that this guy will be beaten anytime soon. Now we're going to talk about the rider who came third in the race, that was Maverick Vinales. Now, Maverick Vinales, initially when he joined Yamaha, he showed tremendous potential as a rider, but somehow still not managed to fulfill his potential. Initially, when he joined factory Yamaha team, he was the clear favorite to win the championship in the next 2-3 years to come. But as you have seen, Marc Marquez has taken that place from him. Although he is a consistent and a fantastic rider, we want him to show much more consistency, at least in the beginning of the race. The problem that he has or he's been having recently is that he is a very slow beginner. But the time that he catches up to his rivals, the race is usually finished. In this race also, he started off really slowly, but he showed very good pace in the end of the race. If it had been an extra 4 to 5 laps in the race, he might have caught up with the rivals, with the top podium contenders in the race. Now we want him to be more consistent, show his true potential, and take his team to the podium consistently. Now let's talk about the doctor, Valentino Rossi. Now he again is another rider who is competing still among the top 5 riders in the world and still shows tremendous fight and potential. He is a true legend of the sport, and he doesn't need to prove it to anyone. He is just racing because he loves it and he wants to do it as much as he can. A lot of people say that he is finished, he is no longer the top man. Well, a lot of new riders have come who have shown recently that they have the potential to remain on top, like Marc Marquez. Still, if he is given the right setup, the right bike, he shows excellent pace and excellent capacity to compete with the younger riders, with the younger lot, and still can be as thrilling as possible. Everyone knows that he has tremendous fan following and a lot of people come to see MotoGP just because of him. We hope that he continues for as many years as he can and thrills us in many races yet to come. Now he had a very average race in terms of his results. He showed good pace, but he was hindered by the tire setup that he got. Though he started in second position, he gave up that position to Alex Rins after the first lap itself. Now we hope that he gets a good setup in the next round. Oh, by the way, when we are recording this podcast, all these guys are testing in Misano. So hopefully we'll see better results after the Misano test, and we want to see this guy, this legend, in the top podium. Now let's talk about another incident that happened during the race. Now Andre Dovizioso, who was the closest rival and the number 2 riders in the Riders' Championship, suffered a massive crash in the first turn of the race. He got off to a very good start where he was starting to pull up and reach the top riders, but as he was taking his first turn, Fabio Quartararo, who was on the right side riding his bike, eventually took a really hard first turn, lost his balance and crashed right in front of Andre Dovizioso. His bike actually skidded in front of Dovi and he was not able to save his bike as Dovi's bike lost the back end. Now Dovi crashed into Fabio Quartararo's bike, skidded on the turf violently, and immediately he was taken for medical care available in the track. Now his condition was not well, so he was taken to the Coventry hospital where he was taken care of and was flown back home to heal and recuperate. We hope that he recuperates really well. He has fought tremendously well in this season, but I think his season might be over after this crash. This was a sad moment for Andre Dovizioso because it was not his fault. he was not able to take his bike away from the incident and eventually now has given up on the championship. Hopefully he recovers well and we want to see him back in action as soon as possible. Now let's look at the other riders actually disappointed in the race. First of which was Danilo Petrucci again. We think this guy has awesome potential to become one of the best riders in MotoGP. But again, he fell short and eventually finished in 7th position. Now, another rider that we want to talk about is Cal Crutchlow. Cal Crutchlow is one of the most fun riders in the grid and we love him for that. He is one of the most talented riders, if you can say that, but somehow he manages to perform below his talent. We hope that he is able to justify his talent and finish in lot more podium finishes in the upcoming races. Now let's look at the result of the race. So as we see, Alex Rins won the race, Marc Marquez came second, Maverick Vinales was able to score the third podium finish, Valentino Rossi was fourth, Franco Morbidelli was fifth, Cal Crutchlow came in sixth, Danilo Petrucci was seventh, with Jack Miller in 8th, Paul Espargaro finished in 9th, Andre Iannone finished 12th, Francisco Bagnaia finished 11th, Sylvain Guidry, who is a replacement for the injured Joan Mir for Suzuki team, finished in 12th, Hafiz Saharin finished in 13th, Jorge Lorenzo finished on 14th, Karel Ibrahim finished in 15th, Tito Rabat 16th, and Takaki Nakagami finished on 17th. So these are the riders who finished the race and the rest of them were crashed out and or did not qualify for the race. Now, in the end, if we summarize, the race was really a very fun and a competitive race. We hope we see these kind of races in the upcoming months. It was packed full of incidences. We are waiting for Misano. We will bring you the results of that race. Till then, you follow our channel. Follow us on social media. Like, comment and subscribe. Keep following, keep listening and keep enjoying our podcast. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for listening to us. Like, comment and subscribe to our podcast channel. Follow us on social media. Links in the description. Before we go, we always say, ride safe, always wear your protective gear and ride everywhere. Till we meet again, ciao.